Mind-blown chef here with the video that's gonna blow your mind. This is Cooking Made Simple. Welcome back, guys. Okay, in today's video, chicken Parmesan. For our ingredients, first ingredient, chicken. Well, it is called chicken Parmesan. Next, we have then we have mozzarella, Parmesan. We have flour, which we're gonna season with salt and pepper. We have an egg here, which we're gonna turn into an egg wash, and I'm gonna show that. And then we have panko, basil, and we have a few other ingredients right over here. Also, we have our marinara. That's your choice. I keep it simple. I'm a chef. I could make marinara from scratch, but I want you guys to cook at home. So find your favorite marinara at the grocery store, get it in a pan. The other pan is oil. We have the oil halfway up on the pan, as long as it's covering the chicken halfway, because we're gonna pan fry the chicken. First step, start at the stove. Fire up the sauce. Put it on really low, just extremely low, because you're just warming it up. You want to keep it warm. Put the lid on top so nothing comes out of the pot. Fire up your oil. Fire the oil to about a low so you don't have to pay too much attention to it. If you notice it starts to smoke while we're prepping the other items, just go ahead and turn it off, but we just want to get it brought up. Turn on your oven 350. First step done. Next step, go ahead and season your flour. Add some salt. Add some pepper and mix. And then we're literally gonna just crack this egg. We're gonna add a little bit of water, and we're gonna add and we're just gonna mix it. Little water and mix. And that's gonna be our egg wash. Okay, now we have our chicken, aka pterodactyl. So we're gonna do the same process. We're gonna follow the natural line, and we're gonna butterfly the chicken. Has that natural high side to low side. So we're gonna start here. We're gonna just run the knife in a downward motion with our hand flat so we don't cut our fingers, and you just run it all the way down towards the cutting board. And then you have perfect fillet of chicken. So now this is a standard breading procedure. We have our seasoned flour, we have our egg wash, which is just the egg mixed with a little bit of water, and then we have our panko breadcrumbs. You can blend these in the blender if you'd like to have a finer breadcrumb. So let's start. Flour first. Make sure the entire breast of chicken gets doused with flour. Use your left hand for the flour. Shake off the excess. For the egg, use your right hand. The reason why is if you do multiple chicken breasts, you won't bread your fingers. After a while, you'll have like this gook built up on your fingers. So you got the egg. Now you go back into the breadcrumbs. Use your left hand again. So the dry hand for the flour and for the breadcrumbs. Smash it on so it gets real stuck. Make sure the entire chicken breast gets coated with the breadcrumbs. Flip it. Same process on the other side with all the edges. You don't want any exposed parts. Okay, so finished product should look something like this. Beautiful. So we started off with our oil on low. Halfway through I went ahead and I turned it up to high. Now you can check the oil temperature. Just drop just a small the corner. Okay, that's good. If it's bubbling like that, go ahead and drop the chicken in. Now, I have a little too much oil in there. It should only cover about half. It's alright because we do want to kind of deep fry this anyway. Go ahead, turn the heat down. We want to get a nice brown. It's going to take roughly 3 to 4 minutes on each side. In my case, because the oil is higher, it's going to be a lot faster because you can see it's already cooking on the outside edge here. All we're trying to do is get a nice golden brown and crisp up those breadcrumbs. We're going to finish cooking it in the oven. So you'll notice the edges are getting pretty dark brown now, so that's a good indication to me. It's time to flip over the breast. Go ahead and give it a nice flip. Be careful not to burn yourself with the oil, and let it continue. So we removed our chicken breast from the pan. Just dab it with the paper towel to get some of that excess oil off. All right. Now, this is a little trick of mine. It's not a traditional way to make a chicken parmesan, but this is the way I do it. I put the mozzarella on first. I like mozzarella cheese and I like it to be extra cheesy, so that's one reason why I use mozzarella as well as parmesan. But I also put the mozzarella first because I like to have a crispy chicken, and if you put the sauce on and then the cheese, what happens is the breadcrumbs, they get soggy. So this kind of acts as a barrier. So once the mozzarella is on top of the chicken, go ahead and stick it in the oven. 350, we're gonna stick it in there until the cheese is melted, roughly 5 minutes. Okay, so chicken breast was in the oven for 5 minutes. Now we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna add our sauce on top. And then the Parmesan. And then place it back into the oven and roll it for another 5 until the Parmesan is completely melted. So when your cheese gets pretty much almost melted, go ahead and turn your broiler on high, stick it back in, and you're gonna leave it in for about a minute. All we're doing now is we're gonna get the cheese nice and golden brown on top. And there you have it, guys. Now let me show you one thing. Take a look at the inside of this chicken, and you'll see all these juices inside still. What happens if you make a really nice crust, all the juices get locked in and the chicken stays moist and it doesn't get dried out. That's a perfectly cooked chicken parmesan. There it is, guys. All I did was finished it with a little chiffonade basil. Sexy. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, thumbs up, subscribe, and leave some comments down below on dishes that you want to cook that we could cook together. Thanks for watching.